Hello,
Good evening. Rima, how
good
are you?
evening. How are you? I
I
am
am.
شوي late. I was late.
No, I am
My
the late one. I have just entered the meeting. I'm sorry because I had a class. Rima, I have
okay, it's
to.
okay.
Don't.
I join now يعني كمان أنا.
Okay, that's okay. We are here. This is what is important. Hanadi, good evening. Can you please, Rima, if you can, to send something to the group just to tell your friends that we are here?
Yeah, okay.
Please.
Hello,
Good evening, Hanadi.
good evening.
Are you sick?
How are you all? Yes,
I
it's okay.
noticed that. Holy God, God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, be careful, Hanadi, because at daylight the weather is hot and at night it is little cold.
Yeah,
So
yes, yes.
it is easy to be sick.
Mm,
I send.
Yeah, thank you. Let's wait only a few minutes.
Okay.
Someone is coming, Mariam is coming. That's amazing. Okay, let me accept Mariam, and I think we have to begin. Okay. Okay, because the three of you are here, guys, Mariam, Rima, Hanadi. I think we have to start because we cannot wait for more than this. Let me share my screen and let's begin. I remember, guys, that we have been talking about books, and I think today we have to discuss something new. This is it. And this is your book. Exactly. Okay, so I have to scroll down to the next topic. I think we have discussed all of these: animals, art, birthdays, books, someone is out, holy God. And this is the topic number 7. Ah, Mariam is out. Okay. So now topic number 7 is about business. Absolutely, the business topic is very important. Now, let me read the introduction. Colin Powell said that there are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. So this is it about business and success. Absolutely, in the beginning of every topic, we have some important vocab. We have to know their meanings. Now, this word means making people aware of a company and its products or services. What is this?
Marketing.
Marketing. Thank you so much, Hanadi. So marketing, it is easy to be written. So market, and don't forget to add ing because it is a noun. So marketing. Now vocab number 2. A person who is in charge of a team, project, or maybe department. Who is this?
Manager.
Manager.
Exactly, thank you. And
Manager.
it is easy to write manager. So manager. Now vocab number 3 is saying something you need to do this if you want people to know about a product.
Advertise.
Advertise.
Advertise. Thank you. Can you spell the word, please?
AD.
Sorry, but I
VE.
can't see the full
Mariam.
screen. I don't know
Oh, God.
why.
Let me reshare my screen. Wait, give me a minute. Let me do it again. Let me redo it.
Yes, it's okay now.
Maybe, okay. It happens. Okay, guys, so we said advertisement. Now, please, can you spell the vocab or the word? It is AD, as you said. Okay. What else?
Sonia can't join
Yeah.
tonight.
As
She's
you...
sad.
Okay, that's really bad.
Okay. Where are you?
So,
Advertise.
yes, please complete spelling the word.
VER.
VER,
VER.
exactly.
SE.
SE.
No, advertise. TISE.
TI, advertise, advertisement. This is a verb, advertise. The noun is advertisement. Now, the next vocab is the money you make after deducting your costs.
Profit.
Profit, exactly. So the profit, the money you win. Profit. Can you complete, please, spelling the word?
FI.
PRO F prof F I.
Bravo. FIT, profit. Exactly. Now, the next vocab is if you don't make enough money, you probably made a
Loss.
loss. Thank you. Loss. You lose. Loss. Lose is a verb, but loss is a noun. So please be careful. Now, the next vocab is if you don't make a profit or a loss.
I don't know.
It is...
Back
Okay.
never.
It is break even.
Break even.
Bravo. A break even when you don't lose, when you don't win, which is al-ta'adul. Break even. This is a break, and this is even. Okay? Finally, something which means a get together which colleagues to discuss business matters.
Meeting.
Meeting, thank you.
Mm.
Absolutely, it is a meeting. So meeting, you know how to write meeting and absolutely you know its meaning. So these are the most important vocabularies that we have in the topic of business. Now I think it's the time to discuss the idioms or collocations. Okay, in the box we have deadline, light, market, loop, minutes. Number one is saying, I'm on holiday next week, but please keep me in the while I'm away.
In the light.
No, in
The loop.
And the loop.
Loop.
Amazing.
Loop.
Keep me in the loop. Exactly. So keep me in the loop is an idiom, and absolutely I have to show you its meaning. I remember that I've already no, this is it. Keep me or keep or be in the loop. Let me say be in the loop. In the loop. Let me search about this word. This is it. Okay. So if you want to be in the loop, you mean if someone is in the loop, they are part of a group of people, okay, who make decisions about important things, or they know about these decisions. But if you are out of the loop, you don't make or you don't know about any important decisions in a certain company or meeting, okay? So keep me in the loop. This is the first idiom. So let me cross white loop again, or let me erase white loop and cross it out. This is loop. Now two. Joshua was late for the meeting again, so he can take the
Minutes.
take the
The minutes.
minutes. I loved it. Exactly. Take the minutes. Take the minutes. Exactly. So what does this idiom mean? Take the minutes. Let me write it maybe here. Let me try to check it. Just to tell you if you want to say, I have, this is, I'll be in the loop. This is amazing. Okay. Now take the minutes. Take the minutes. This is a good idiom, especially if you are talking about, no, it's not. Let me try the second dictionary. Oh, I have to say minutes, the minutes, wait, maybe.
Minutes of meeting. I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. This is it. Okay. So the example, this example, again, let me show you the example. So notice that Joshua was late for the meeting. So please keep me or keep or please take the minutes means this. Oh, wait, let me close the advertisement and let me show you not this dictionary, but I think this one. Okay. No. What is wrong with me? It is here. Yes, it is. Okay. So the written record or what was said in the meeting. So could you take the minutes, Daniel? Please try to record or write what is important in the meeting. Okay?
Yes.
So take the minutes, please. Now the next idiom is, let me cross minutes. I'm going to have to work all weekend in order to meet.
The
the
deadline.
market.
Yeah, thank you, meet the deadline.
No.
The meaning, guys, of meet the deadline is to do everything before finishing of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, let me try to write it because maybe we have an example or definition of meet the deadline. Meet the deadline. Deadline. I wonder if we can see it. Yeah, this is it. Meet a deadline. Okay, so meet a deadline. Practice. Okay. Avoid someone deadline. Read more. This is it. Deadline. This is it. Amazing. Okay. So a deadline or meet the deadline is the time of the date before finishing of something, but you have to finish your job or your task before finishing of the suggested or specified time. Okay? Meet the deadline. So this is the next idiom. Now I think I have to cross deadline, cross loop, cross minutes. Now the next one is saying if we release it this quarter, I'm certain we can corner the something in a smart wallets.
Light.
Are you sure? So
Market.
Market.
exactly, corner the market. Absolutely, I'm going to show you the meaning of corner the market. We can corner the market. If we have a business and you have your own products, so corner the market means, no, market is wrong, but thank you for the could or the auto correction. Okay. So corner the market, guys, if we have a company, if a company corners the market in a particular type of a product, so it is more successfully than any other company at selling any products. Okay?
يعني شو بالعربي؟
يعني بيحقق مبيعات مربحة أكثر من
اوكي
أي
اوكي
exactly. أكثر
اوكي.
من أي شركة تانية.
مهم.
Okay? So corner the market. This is it in business. The final
Okay.
idiom is that was Tom on the phone. We've got the green to start the Omega project.
Light. Green
يعني
light. Yes.
برافو تقريبا عنا نفس المصطلح باللغة العربية.
Yes. ضوء الأخضر.
أعطيتك الضوء الأخضر. So we get the green light is to have the permission to do something.
They approve يعني.
Yeah, approval, exactly. Okay?
Yes.
So please let me recap. We have keep me in the loop, take the minutes, meet the deadline, corner the market, get the green light. So these idioms are extremely important, especially if you are talking about business. So this is about vocab and about idioms, or I can call them collocations. Now let's talk about the grammar. And I think we have discussed this earlier, but let me check if you still remember this grammar rule, or maybe you totally forgot. Notice the example is saying if we lower the price, we can increase the sales. The second example is saying, yes, if we sell it, we will definitely increase, but we won't. Who knows this rule?
Present. This
Mhm.
present.
What else?
هيدا
What is this?
conditional.
Yeah, conditionals. We have if.
Yes.
Okay? I think
Yes.
we have discussed the conditionals in the level 1 about speaking course about level 1. Do you remember conditionals, or maybe you forgot this lesson?
I have my notes, but now I don't remember.
What about you, Mariam and Hanadi? Oh my God, this lesson is extremely.
Neither.
I will bring my.
Oh.
For me, I wasn't with you in level 1.
Yeah, I know, Hanadi. Hanadi conditionals is extremely important lessons. اوكي طبعا جايز بسموه باللغة العربية الكونديشنالز هو السبب والنتيجة، يعني انت اذا عملت هالشيء فاكيد هالشيء.
شرط.
برافو this is conditionals. هلا في teachers جايز بسموه if conditionals. انا ما بحبذ هيدي التسمية، فاكيد حخبركم ليه ما بقدر اقول if conditionals, because it's not about if only. We can use another conjunction except for conditionals. Okay. بصراحة guys أنا قادر ألخص ال conditionals in 4 rules only, but you have to be careful. You have to be extremely be careful if you want to use conditionals in speaking and in writing. Let me split my screen into two because I want to apply the rules into simple examples because again, I don't want you to forget this lesson again because it is important, yes. Okay, let me do like this because I want to write the examples here and I want to apply what I'm going to write in the second screen. Okay, let's take a look, guys, at rule number one. I hope that my screen is not that small. Now, if I want to use if plus the simple present tense, this is the if clause, okay. In the main clause, absolutely after the comma, okay, I have to use the simple present again. Let me write the simplest example ever about the conditionals. For example, if you study, okay, comma, don't forget the comma, please. You pass the exam. You pass the exam. Now, if you want me to apply this example to the rule, we notice that if this is it, this is if. The simple present tense study, it is in the simple present. The comma, because I want to separate the if clause out of the main clause. Okay. Now, in the simple present, again, we have in the main clause, this is pass. So this is what I wrote in rule number one. It is completely correct. Now let's take a look at rule number two. Two is saying if you want to use if plus simple present in the if clause, okay. Now in the main clause, you have to use will plus verb zero plus infinitive. I'm not going to change the example. I'm going to write it the same because I don't want you to be lost. Let me say if you pass or if you study very well, okay, who could complete it?
You will pass.
Bravo, Hanadi, you will pass the
You
exam.
will pass.
Bravo, guys, you will pass the exam. You will pass the exam. So the same example. And to be honest, guys, the same meaning. We have the exact same meaning. If you want to say if you pass the exam, it has the same meaning if you want to say if you pass the exam, if you study, you pass the exam. If you study, you will pass the exam. But why in example number one, I use simple present and simple present? And example number two, I use simple present, but I use will verb zero. What
Because
is it?
the exam will pass in the future.
And the next one?
The exam will pass maybe tomorrow, after tomorrow.
Okay. Let me write another example.
No,
And
it's a result for studying.
It's a result. Okay. Let me
First
write.
one, like maybe it's about a fact.
Yeah,
If you study, you
example.
pass the exam.
And the next one, it's not a fact.
The next one.
It's a hope.
Bravo. Bravo. Thank you so much, Hanadi. So guys, please notice that example number one is wrong. Why it's wrong? Because all the time, you have to use rule number one if you are talking about facts. The facts are fixed, cannot be changed. But if you are talking about possibilities, maybe yes, maybe no, use rule number two. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, but please, this is extremely important. Let me show you another example, just to show you how the example is really is important. I think the example is, no, it's not here. It is, no, it isn't. Let me scroll down. Hold on. No. This is it. Okay, let's take a look at this example. Notice this example is saying if, okay, if you put a stone in the water, this is simple present. Okay, it sinks. This is simple present again. So this is a fact. أكيد هلا ولا بعدين ولا بعد مليون سنة أنا إذا برمي حجرة بالماء أكيد حتغرق. If you want to say, guys, please, if you want to say, if you put a stone into, or if you throw a stone into the water, it will sink. يعني يمكن يغرق اليوم وبكرة مش حيغرق. So please be careful. Use your number one if you are talking about facts, about things that are fixed. and use rule number 2 if you are talking about things maybe it will happen, maybe no. Okay? Okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay. Another example because I want you to be careful. طبعا أكيد في طلاب كتير بيقرأوا على الإكزام هم بصراحة ما بينجحوا. فمش رول مش شيء ثابت على طول. Another example, if you want to say if you sleep early, you wake up early. You wake up early. اوكي. طبعا جايز في طلاب كتير بالسكول خبروني تيتشرز انا كتير نمت مأخر وعيت بكير. انا عم بحكي عن الناس الطبيعية اكيد. انت اذا بتنام بكير بتنام مأخر بتوعى بكير بصراحة انت مش انسان طبيعي، في عندك مشكلة. بس انا عم بحكي عن الناس الطبيعية، وبما انه ناس طبيعية فمعناها هيدي فاكت.
Yes.
Okay guys, so please
Yes.
be careful if it's a fact or maybe not a fact. Okay, so this is about rule number 1 and rule number 2. Now let me tell you the rule number 3 and rule number 4, and let me tell you why they are really important. Let's go back to the examples. Rule number 3 is saying if you want to use if and you have to use the simple past in the if clause. Now in the main clause you have to use would verb 0. The example is saying the same example, I'm not going to change anything. If you what?
Studied.
If you
Studied.
studied, bravo. If you studied, okay.
You would pass
You
the
would
exam.
pass the exam. You would pass the exam. Exactly. So this is it. And this is exactly what I mean. But guys, be careful because of using example, this example, and this example. This has not happened yet. This has happened and finished. Okay? طبعا جايز ما ننسى انه نحن بنسمي الرول 3 ماضي غير حقيقي. كيف يعني ماضي غير حقيقي؟ يعني انا نفترض عندي سن او داتا وهيدا السن راح على الاكزام وما نجح بالامتحان، فانا
يعني
بقول
لو
له
درست كنت
اها
نجحت.
طبعا هو لا درس
لا
ولا
درس
اصلا
ولا نجح.
برافو. This is نحن بنسميه unreal past. اوكي؟ It is impossible to happen. Okay, if it is in the far past, now I have to use the final rule in the conditionals, which is if you want to use if plus past perfect, okay, in the if clause. Now in the main clause, you have to use would have verb 3, past participle. Let me write the same example because I don't want you to be lost. Now, if I want to say if you what?
If you had studied.
If you studied.
What if you
You
studied
had
is
studied.
in the simple past? If you had studied.
If you had
Exactly.
studied,
Yes. If you
you
had
would have
uh-huh.
you would have
Uh-huh.
passed
You would
Passed.
have passed.
the exam.
Passed the exam. Exactly. You would have passed the exam. So this is it. This is rule number 3. Okay. Now let me tell you something you have to be careful. Don't use simple past plus would have verb 3. Don't use past perfect plus would verb 0 because this is wrong. Okay? Both of them are talking about something happened in the past and it is impossible to be happen, unreal past. Okay. Now let's go back to the first point because I told you that it is really bad to call it if conditionals. Why? Because it is easy for you guys to replace if with when. If you want to replace if with when, the example is still the same and the meaning is still the same, won't be changed. For example, if you want to say when you study, you pass the exam. Is it correct?
No.
No.
It is correct. It is completely correct. The meaning,
When
When you
Can you
study,
repeat this question?
yes, the question is saying, what if I want to replace if with when? Is the meaning
When?
changed?
No.
No, the meaning is still the same. So this is why only I can call it conditionals, because if you want to say if or maybe when, both of them are talking about conditionals. When you sleep well, you wake up early, for example. When you study, you will pass the exam. Okay? So be careful if you want to use when or well. This is number one. Let me tell you
Please,
something.
Prof,
Ah,
please. Do you want to repeat third and fourth rules because
yes, I
I was
will.
out?
I will. They are really important. Okay. Now let me tell you again the final two rules, which are called unreal possible. It is impossible to happen. Again, rule number one. Rule number two, yes, it is possible to happen in the future. But rule three and rule four, it is impossible to happen because we are talking about something happened in the past and it's not going to be changed. This is number one. Number two, please be careful if you want to use simple past with the if clause. This is it. Okay. In the main clause, you have to use would verb zero. And the final rule is saying if you want to use if past perfect in the if clause, you have to use would have verb three in the main clause. Okay? Now,
Okay.
don't commit the mistakes that the students try to commit, which is use simple past with would have verb zero and past perfect with would verb zero. It is wrong. Okay? Is everything okay till now?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so please remember this because it is again important. The conditionals, to be honest, we can use conditionals daily. Approximately, there is going to be no conversation without using conditionals, but please be careful if you are using conditionals because this is the rules that you have to focus on. Okay, there's something I need to mention. Notice, girls, that I used if in the beginning of the sentence. If or when, if or when, if or when, in the beginning. Now, what if I want to change or replace the clauses by saying you pass the exam? You pass the exam if you study or when you study. Does the meaning changed or no? يا ترى تغير المعنى أو لا؟
Yes,
I
yes.
think, I think,
It's because you study and you pass the exam because you study.
Okay. Thank you so much. But please be careful that if you want to use the conjunction if or when in the beginning or in the middle, both of them are the same. They have the
Okay.
same exact meaning. Okay?
Okay.
But
But
we have a
this
slight,
first example is wrong, no?
it is completely correct.
No, if you study, you pass. Present, present.
Ah, yes, absolutely. We are talking about something maybe happen, maybe no. Absolutely. I have to say, well.
Okay.
And you will pass. Yes, you will pass the exam. If you study, absolutely. Thank you. Yes, because maybe yes, maybe no. And don't forget that the meaning is still the same. If you want to use the conjunction in the beginning of the sentence or maybe in the middle of the sentence, when or if. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
But we have a slight difference. Who could find it?
You will pass the exam if you study.
If you find it, you are really smart.
السبب والنتيجة.
No, they are exactly the same. The meaning is completely correct and It is the same, but there is a slight difference you have to be careful of. What is it? Please read the two sentences carefully. You will know.
The first one,
First one
is the
maybe
action that's in the past, and it happens.
Yeah, we
Is the
have
second one,
well in the future.
but it's a fact.
No,
No, it
it's
is
not
not
a
a
fact.
fact.
Yeah,
It's
bravo.
an option. It's an option.
Yes.
But the second, not the same meaning.
No, please, Rima. They have the exact meaning, okay? If you want to use if or when in the beginning of the sentence, or maybe in the middle, they are exact the same. طبعا ريما أنا مش بس بقصد على الwhen والif، حتى الconjunctions مثل because. For example, because you study, you pass the exam. You pass the exam because you study. This is exactly the same. They have the same meaning, exactly. But I'm talking about writing. Okay. Be careful, please. If you want to start your sentence with conjunction, you have to write the comma. But,
okay.
bravo. If you want to write it in the middle, don't use any comma. Don't. In speaking, no one notices that. But in writing, please be careful. Okay?
Okay, we are not smart enough.
Yeah, you are smart. This is a slight difference. Okay? Okay. Let me show you an example and please be careful. طبعا هلا عم نحكي عن facts. برجع بقول لما استخدم ال if وال when. Simple present, we are talking about facts. Take a look at this fact. If the wind blows, okay, comma, the trees move, not will move. Now notice that I used if in the middle, not in the beginning. And notice here that there is no comma at all. The trees move if the wind blows, okay?
Okay.
So please, this is extremely important. I think we have another example. Let me show it to you. This is again a fact. Notice the fact is saying if I drink simple present coffee after 3 p.m., comma, because I started writing the conjunction. I don't simple present again sleep at night. So this is a fact. And because I started writing the if or when, I wrote the comma. But in the next example, because if or when the conjunction is in the middle, notice that there is no comma at all. Okay?
Okay.
So this is the conditionals. Please be careful. There is something I need you to notice in our book, which is this. Notice here, guys, that this is rule 2. If you lower the price by $5, I think we can. Okay, why here we used can and why here we used will? By the way, to keep in mind that we are talking about rule 2, which is will verb 0. But why here we used can, not will? To be honest, girls, you are free to use any modal verb with conditional. Let me show you. I think this is it. So notice that if you want to use rule 2, you can say if or when, present simple, well, or maybe can, or maybe could, or maybe may, or maybe might. If you study, you can pass the exam. If you study, you will pass the exam. If you study, you could pass the exam. If you study, you may pass the exam. If you study, you might pass the exam. So use the conditional that you want, not only will. It's not a must to use will. You can use whatever